Were you sick last time?
Yes, I eat junk food, so I stomach ache. So after that, I have diarrhea.
Okay. So you eat too much food.
Yes,
Okay, just like what happened to me last time. I also had an upset stomach because I've been eating different dishes.
yeah,
Okay, so I think okay. Anyway, that's beyond our control. Situations like that is beyond our control. Okay, but anyway, I'm glad that you're fine. I thought you were sick with something more serious, but I'm happy to know that that's just a minor illness, just a regular stomach ache. Okay. Anyway, okay, so last time I think what we did was we did a lot of tests.
yes,
Yes, last time that was
yes.
we did. Like, yes. Can you remember that? Like we answered a lot of questions.
Uh, yes, we review some tense classical tense, present perfect, and how to form the um, vowel.
Oh yes,
How sound.
yes. The different sounds. Okay, very good. Yes, that was we did last time. Okay, I'm glad that you still remember it, despite the gap, the days that was in between. Okay, because we didn't had our lesson for a few days. Okay. Okay, so last time we did a lot of tests. This time we will do a lot of talkings. If you reviewed in advance our lesson, uh, you can see that most of our lesson tonight, is about speaking and reading. Okay, so we will focus with that aspect tonight. Okay, but for now, let me just share my screen to you. So here, can you see my screen now?
No, I can't see.
Me too. Me too. I can't
Screen
see
is
the screen.
dark.
It's just dark. Okay.
Yes.
Our connection is actually having problems these few days, but we had a technician. A technician came here last. I think yes, it was yesterday, and I was expecting it to be fixed.
Yes, I can see now.
Okay. Oh, you can see now. Okay. Anyway, I think we've talked about Lord of the Rings before, and you've mentioned that you never read the book. Yes, but you
Yeah.
watched but you watched the movie, although it was very long. It was few years ago, and I think you were still a student that
Yeah.
time. If I'm not
Yeah.
missed. High school, or are you still in high school during that time?
Uh, when I watched a film, I was at university. I think first year or second year.
Oh, you okay? So we were just taking your pre med.
Yeah.
Okay, so here. So this is our topic today is about Lord of the Rings and Vietnamese actress. Okay. Later on, we will find out who this actress is and if you know that actress. Okay.
Yes, I know her.
I love you, uh, Veronica Go. Is that her? Was that her name?
Ngô Thanh Vân.
Oh, okay. Because she has two names, like the name which she uses whenever she's in Hollywood, and the other name is I think it was or it is her real name
Yes,
for this actress. Okay. But in Hollywood, her name is Veronica.
Veronica.
And I prefer that personally because it's for me it's easier to say her name, the
Yeah.
Hollywood version. Okay. Anyway, now let's get started. Okay, so here, read the passage and answer the questions. Okay, so these are the questions, and here's the passage. Okay, so our reading is about Lord of the Rings. Okay, just a tip. Okay, I'll just give you a tip before you read. When you read, just be very careful, especially with the S sounds and
Yeah.
all the other ending sounds,
Yeah.
but mostly with the S sounds. Okay, okay, just be very careful with that. And if you can, uh, maybe you can play with your intonation, like this. The films in the Lord of the Rings trilogy have had a big impact on New Zealand. The country has become Middle Earth to many of the people who have seen the films. Like, although this is less dramatic, this is not the kind of drama that I've been waiting for. But just when you read, just add a little intonation with your reading style. Okay. Because with your level, your pronunciation is actually good. It's very well. It's very advanced. So it's just the rhythm that we have to practice this time. Okay. So anyway, let's get going. So can you start reading the passage?
Yes. Okay. 2017 has been a great year for the Vietnamese actress Thanh UNIT35, who stars in the latest Star Wars.
Oh, okay. I think I think you're watching now or you're seeing my Google version.
Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry. Like here, let me share my screen again.
okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you didn't catch up when I was reading the first line about Lord of the Rings. So here. Okay, so anyway, this is the questions that we will answer after you read, and the passage is here. This is the passage. Okay. It's quite long. Did you do an advanced reading before we start our lesson?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now, okay, let's start.
The themes in The Lord of the Rings trilogy have had a big impact on New Zealand. The country has become Middle Earth to many of the people who have seen the films. This comes as no surprise to the film director Peter Jackson, who is in fact a New Zealander. He chose his home country because he knew that the variety of different landscapes make New Zealand the best place to shoot the films. Jackson and his team looked over to a war country for the most beautiful and most appropriate appropriate areas. The rolling hills of Matamata become home to
Hobbiton.
Hobbiton,
Yes,
the
Hobbiton.
village where Bilbo Baggins lives, and the volcanic region of Mount Ruku, who transformed into the fairy Mount Doom,
This is fiery.
fiery,
Yes.
fiery Mount Doom.
Matu.
where Sauron first made the ring. In total, the team used uh, 115 locations all over New Zealand, and they spent 274 days filming. 30 of the locations used are national parks, of conservation sites, so he needs conservation sites. So he needs to
Okay,
get
this,
preservation
this is conservation.
conservation
Okay.
sites. So he needs to get special permission to film here. In some cases, a special team dug up the protected lands and took them to special nurseries where they lived until filming finished them. Then the team took them back to the park and replanted them again. Queenstone Nursery used enormous red carpets to protect the plants in the backward stands because there were up to 1,100 people on set every day. The Lord of the Rings theme had been so popular,
Popular.
popular,
Okay.
that the tourism industry in New Zealand has grown dramatically. Today, tour companies offer a wide range of tours to different locations of the film, including Hobbiton, Mount Doom, and Eldora.
Adoras. Okay.
Eldora.
Adoras. Okay. Very good. Okay. Well, actually, when I was also reading this, I've seen the film all three, but again, also like you, I've seen that quite a long time ago. So when I was reading this, I was like, okay, who are this person? What's like Mount Doom? Who's Sauron?
Sharon.
Yes, I can't remember the characters anymore because
I can't remember any
yeah,
actor.
because I actually watched that just once. Like I
One
like
time.
yeah, one time. Like unlike the other films, like I watched them like twice or three times. Lord of the Rings, I'm not so into it. Just that's why I just watch it one time.
Yes, me too.
Okay. Anyway, let's just here. We just have very few words to practice, like this one.
Trilogy.
Okay,
Tri-
trilogy.
Trilogy.
Okay. This one.
Home.
Okay. Home.
Home.
Yeah. This is
Landscape.
okay. Landscape. How about this?
Case. Case.
Uh, cases.
Cases.
Okay. And this one.
Sand.
Okay. So when you this is how you pronounce it, sin. Okay, but this is we have to do a longer eh. It's seen.
Scene.
Yes, seen.
Scene.
When you say sin, it's like you committed your sin. You really committed a crime. It's a sin. This one is seen.
Scene. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, do you for your vocabulary, do you see any words that you haven't known the meaning yet?
Okay, I know because I
Okay.
said before.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Scene.
Yes. Okay, so okay. Anyway, so we're done with the reading. So now let's go to the questions here.
Yes.
Okay. So for this unit here, what we will do is like everything's like a free talk. Okay. So okay, number one. Who directed the Lord of the Rings?
He is Peter Jackson.
Okay. Where is the director from?
He's from New Zealand.
Why did he choose New Zealand?
Because New Zealand has many different landscape uh, to the shoot
Okay.
the films.
Okay, very good. Many beautiful landscape. Just crash out the duh. Okay. Instead of saying many beautiful landscape to the shoot the film, just say many beautiful landscape to shoot the film.
Yes, to
Okay.
make the film suitable.
Or make the film or shoot the film.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So number four, which area did they use to create Mount Doom?
Uh, it is Mount Drupahu.
It's okay. I don't also know how to say that. With their Ruapehu. Like,
Rapeho.
yeah. Okay. Okay. How many different locations did they use in total?
In total, they used 150 different locations.
Okay, very good. What was the problem with some of the locations?
Some location we they have to train plane to nurseries uh,
Okay.
uh, until the make film, and after that they plane them again.
Okay. So like they used the plane again.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. And how did they solve the problem?
uh, uh, Sometimes they use aeromers red carpets to protect the plane.
Uh, Okay, like they use, yeah, very good. Enormous red carpet. Okay, so and which locations from the films can tourists visit today?
They are Hoppiton, Madung, and Eduras.
Okay, very good. Good job. So it's very clear that you did advanced reading. So very good. So here. So we're done with the Lord of the Rings. So what we will tackle now, or what we will talk now and discuss, it's about this actress. Yes, Vietnamese actress Veronica Go. I think it's
No,
in Hollywood. Yes, it's like the American people. They can't pronounce the ngo.
no.
So yes, it was it ngo.
Yes,
Veronica Ngo. Yeah, yes, they can't pronounce it. So when I was watching YouTube video about this actress, because I don't know her, so they calling her as Go.
yeah,
Veronica Go. Okay. So anyway, I'm glad that it's Ngo because that's what it. That's the initial pronunciation that I was thinking.
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, here, let's learn or let's know who this actress is. So can you start reading now?
Okay. 2017 has been a great year for the Vietnamese actress Ngo Thanh Vân, who starred in latest Star Wars
Okay.
International Movie Database. The cata- catalog of the global film and TV industry has ranked Vietnamese actress Ngo Thanh Vân, aka Veronica Ngo, as one of the most popular actors in the weekly updated Star Meter Top 100. The 36 years old was named number 41 on the list, placing her above the Harlequin actress Margot Robbie, Jurassic World High Hero Runner Brie Dallas Howard,
Yes.
and even was highest paid actress Jennifer
Okay.
Lawrence.
Very. Yes, Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Very good. Okay. But here, let's just practice. Can you read these words?
International.
Okay. Can you read it? Okay, how about this?
Catalog.
Yes, catalog. And this is
Rank.
okay,
Rank.
rank. Okay.
Rank. Rank.
Can you read this up to here? Okay.
Uh, International Move Database, the catalog of the global film and TV industry, has ranked Vietnamese actress Ngô Thanh Vân aka Veronica Ngô.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good because the first time that you read it, your pronunciation is correct, but it's just the intonation or the rising voice, like international. Like it's like international. Okay, like here, specifically your catalog. The rising voice should be in this here, first syllable, catalog.
Catalog.
Okay. But anyway, when I let you read it, the second time around, you got the correct answer. But when you were reading it the first time, like your intonation is on the ta, catalog. Okay, that should be in catalog. And you just and then rank, you mispronounce it a little, but when I made it read to you again, it seems that you know how to read it. Maybe you just forgot how to read it. And as well as the international. Pronunciation is correct, just the intonation. Okay, but anyway, that's normal. That's a normal error, especially if you're speaking like third language, because this is not your first language.
Yes.
Okay, how many language do you know? How many language do you speak?
I speak Vietnamese and a little English.
Okay, so English. This is your second language. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. In Vietnam, do you have just one language?
Yes, just on language.
Okay, lucky for you. Here we have diverse language. We have many languages. Okay, so English is just my third language. I have our local language. It's called
Yes.
Bisaya, and I have our language, our national language. It's called Tagalog. And then here I know English, and then there's another language that my mom speak. It's called
You
Ilonggo. So like four languages.
you can speak four language.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, and yeah, but I'm starting to learn how to speak Spanish because when we were talking about language, like you mentioned that you're studying or you used to study French and you were thinking to go back studying French. Yes. And after that night, I was thinking, oh, I think I should also go back studying Spanish just to widen up our knowledge. Okay. Anyway, okay, so we're done with here. So that was just my tip. So when you read, just be conscious with your intonation. Okay. Sometimes, yes. So sometimes when I'm reading in front of public, what I do is I get a paper or print my speech, and then I get a pencil. Just I'm writing like where should my intonation be. So I'm putting symbols just to practice my intonation. Yes. So that's what I do when I'm speaking in front of public because it really can't be avoided, especially when you're reading long sentences, like long paragraphs. You there is a very big possibility that you will forget where to put your intonation. Okay. Okay, so just in case, just in case you have a party or you are asked to speak in front of public, yes. So just right intonation. Just um, just to remind you where you should put your your racing voice. Right? Okay, so anyway, we're done here. So let's go to the next. Here, this is the next slide. Okay, so we've done reading the text. Now it's time to answer this question. So here, first question. Okay, who is your favorite actor?
My favorite actor, Vietnamese actor
Okay,
is Nhã Phương,
okay.
actress Nhã Phương.
He's male.
Uh, no, she is female
Okay, okay,
actress.
okay. So okay, so yes, you said that you know Ngo Than Van. Ngo Than
Yes,
Van. Okay.
yes, I know her.
So, do you like her?
Yes, of course, I like her. Uh, she is beautiful and
Yes, that's
has
true.
a good body. And she usually um, is she is usually role in the action movie.
Yes, action movies.
Yes,
When I was watching her clips on YouTube because I don't know her. Yes, most of her clips were action movies.
yeah,
And she's very fit, she's very sexy. Before she was before she became a big name in Hollywood, was she a big actress in your country?
yes,
Oh, okay. So she started from Vietnam and then she goes up to Hollywood.
yes.
Okay. Because I think she's also 30. It's here like okay, 36. Yeah. So okay, what do you think about her ranked in IMDb?
Yeah. Uh, Viet- Vietnamese people uh, uh, are very proud of her when you she has a high rank on IMDb. I think when you mm, uh, join the Star Wars film,
Yes.
um, the Vietnamese people know her, so mm, they want to support her. So when he she um, go to Hollywood, uh,
Yes.
um, they uh, I don't know choose her in the
This.
IMDb. I think that
Yes. So like your whole country is celebrated with her success.
yes,
Okay. Okay, like uh if she was a Filipino, we will also take pride of that because she represents your country. She represents uh, the Vietnamese community. Okay. And I think there were very few Asians or like few people from Southeast Asia who made it through Hollywood because most of them they are Chinese.
yes,
Yes. So actors from Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, there are only few of them who succeeds in Hollywood. Okay. Okay. So this is really actually in behalf of Asian people, and this also makes me proud as well because she represents our race, our
yeah,
Asian race.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So okay, very good. This was a good conversation. Okay. So okay. So here, let's continue our discussion. So, for our discussion, first question is what do you think about the work of actors and actresses? Do you think their job is easy or difficult? Why?
Uh, I think it is the difficult part career because you have a talent. Uh,
Yes, it's a talent.
yes, and you have to practice many times to have a good sense a scene.
Yes, scene.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. You got the word scene.
Yeah. Uh, so um, and if you want to become a star, you have a good face and
Yes.
sexy body.
Yes. Actually, yes. That's
I think that
yes, that's really hard. When you're into in entertainment, when you are on entertainment business, it's like it's a lot of pressure because you need to look beautiful and sexy. And I don't go to gym, so I don't want that job. I don't go to gym.
yes, it's very hard.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, here, what are the? I think okay. For number two, what are the pros and cons of acting career? I think you incorporated your answer with with your first and with your answer here.
Yes,
The question
it's
number
the
one.
same.
Yes, like because you mentioned as well uh, the pros and cons of being an actor.
Yes.
Here, for number three, would you like to become a famous actor or actress if you have a chance? Why or why not?
Uh, if I have a chance, I think I will will become a actress
Yeah. Oh, you okay?
because
I don't.
uh, because I like play 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 roles.
Oh,
I don't know.
you like role playing.
Yes, yeah, role playing.
Oh yeah, I
But
remember. I remember you. You mentioned once when you were in high school when you were having a play, school play. Most
yes,
of the time, you're the main character.
yes. But I think I can because it's very difficult to me. I can control my I'm so sorry, my show. Yeah.
Can control your show.
Yes.
Okay. If you be, I'm speaking. If you become an actor, I think you also want to be a director.
Sorry.
like, like you want to be an actor director, like because you want to control your show.
Yes.
So at the same time, you're the director on your show. Okay. Well, for me, I've answered that. I don't want to be an actress, but I can be a host.
Host.
Because when you're host, you just talk to people. I don't need to fake cry. I don't need to do fake crying, fake laughing, and kiss random people. Okay. Yeah. So that's actually one of the. I think that's actually one of also the hard part when you're an actor, especially when you're making love scenes and kissing scenes. Like, yes, because when you do that, of course, the director is there, the cameraman, or other stuff like behind the scene people, and then you have to make out with someone in front of them all. I can't imagine how they do that. So yeah, so I respect actor and actresses. That's really hard job. Okay, so we're done with slide 48. So here. Of course, it says here writing my favorite actor. Of course, we don't need to write, so we just have to talk about this.
Yes. Anh Jen lên. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm actually reading this. I'm thinking if we should go through this one because was like the last question that
Yes.
we talk about. Okay, So, okay, shall we
Yeah.
skip this one?
Yes.
Yes, because it's the same question. Okay, so here, let's just practice these phrases. So, learn these words and phrases. Okay. Okay, so here. Anyway, if you know how to read phonetics, do you know how to read phonetics?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
these
I
are the
know.
guides. So these are the guides, like the the I. Okay. So if you're having trouble saying the words, you can refer to these symbols. Okay. So
Yes.
anyway, like here, this the two these two
Why?
symbols in the middle is I, so it's boys.
Why?
Okay. Okay. Next is
For happening, happening,
S, happening.
happening.
Okay.
Ring, smile, give a message, message.
Message. Okay. Very good. Yes.
Pick up, press the button.
Yes.
Put down is the wrong number.
Okay. Very good. It's the wrong number. Okay. Actually, these phonetics here, they are in British accent. Okay. So do you know the difference between British and American accent? Okay.
Uh,
Okay. When you like British, their R is very soft. You can't almost hear it. Like for when American, they say number. For British, they say number.
yeah,
Yes,
number.
number. And for VIP English, most of our materials they are in British. So, but I'm also learning how to say the British, but sometimes it's really hard because it's airy. It's really you have to. There's just a lot of air. Like it's the wrong number.
Number.
Yes, I don't think about Harry Potter. Okay, so anyway, okay, so now that we're done here, let's go to this portion. Okay. So what we will do is we will do a role play.
Yes.
What will happen here is you're not a doctor anymore. You're now an actress.
Yes.
You're now an actress. And like I said, I want to be a host. So, like, I'm an interviewer. Like, we are on a talk show. And I'm your host. Okay, so now let's our show begin.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're entering the stage. And I'm letting you to take a seat. Okay. So, lights, camera, action. Oh, hello, Miss Fan. How
Hi.
are you?
Okay.
How
Thank
was
you.
your latest film?
Um, it's very interesting.
It's what can you say about your character?
uh, it is the mother take care the her mom her her daughter. Um, she has disease, suffer from cancer disease.
Oh, and your character is you're the mother. No, you're the mother.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about the genre of your film.
Mm, uh, the the film is the drama film.
Oh, it's
The,
a it's a drama.
yes. Uh,
Was it hard?
what?
Was acting on a drama film hard for you?
Yes, it's very hard because I have to cry uh, a lot of cry,
Okay, so
cry a lot.
oh yes, so okay, so you cry a lot during the
Yes,
film.
yes.
So, because you've been acting for a very long time, do you think there are still area in your acting which you would like to improve as an actor?
Mm, I understand what you you can ask
Okay.
again.
Okay, because you're an actor. Okay. If you make an assessment with your acting, do you which area which area with your acting do you think you need to improve as an actor?
Uh, yes, I think I have to control my feeling uh, to show uh, emotions, uh, 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 how to real, uh, uh, real close the fact,
How to close the
fact.
part?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, if that those are the things that you want to improve, how about your strong points? What do you think are your strong points as an actor?
Uh, I think uh, I am half actress. I can practice many times to the perfect scenes. I will try as I best uh, to complete my mm, my response response. I forgot to.
It's okay. 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 So, okay, that's okay. So here, how do you think how do you think film stars handle their popularity? How do you
um,
think big stars, popular stars like you, handle your popularity
popularity
or your fame?
the film.
Yes.
Yes, I hope that I hope
Like, can you still live a normal life despite being famous actor?
can say again.
Like, how do you how do you face your day? Because you're very famous. Everyone knows you. Everyone wants to take photo of you. So how do you handle this kind of fame? How do you still live normal life as you want despite being very famous?
uh, Normal life.
Yes.
I want.
How do you because you're famous, right? You're very famous.
Yes.
And so how do you handle this situation? Can you still live a normal life despite the fact that you are famous?
Yes. I still a normal life. Um, uh, I live uh, uh, in the central city, and uh, uh, beside beside make the film, I I forgot it.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It was fun. I was just playing with you. I'm really treating you like you are a legit actor. Anyway, but I can see that you're making an effort.
Very difficult.
It's just difficult because of course your profession is very different from being from this acting career. Okay. But anyway, it was fun. You're really making an effort to express your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So last question. As an actor, who would you like to work with in the future?
Mm, can you ask again?
Here. Who would you like to work with in the future?
Ah, uh, I I want I would like to work with uh, certain entity in the future because uh, he is young and very handsome.
Ooh.
When he work, he he was he is fire, fiery, fiery.
Oh, he's fire. Like he's fierce. He's very passionate. And he's very handsome. Okay. Did your husband heard that?
Yes.
Oh, he heard that. Oh, I'm glad he didn't feel jealous. Okay. So he's a local actor in Vietnam.
Yes.
Okay. 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 So very good. Uh, like I said, you're really making an effort to get into character. You're really feeling the vibe that you're an actress. So that was good. Okay. Okay. Anyway, here, just this is just an out of the topic question. Is Korean drama popular in your country?
Mm, no. Yeah, in my country, the comedy is popular.
Oh, comedy.
Yes.
Okay. Do you import films like here in Philippines, like we import films from Hollywood. We dub them into our own language and then show it on our television networks. Is it also a trend in Vietnam? Do you also do that in Vietnam? Like you or a television network buys a TV series from Korea or from US and then they dub it into Vietnam film.
Almost film in Vietnam from Chinese, uh, China,
Oh, from,
Korea. Yes,
oh, from China. Okay.
China and Korea.
Yes. Here. Um.
Thailand.
Just same here. Yes. They have really good uh films.
Yeah,
Thailand.
drama film.
Yes. And Thailand, their actors also they're choosing people with really good facial features in Thailand. That's what I observe about
Yes.
Thailand. Okay. Well, for Koreans, I don't really watch much Korean films because they all look the same to me.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
like
same.
of course, it's a common knowledge that Koreans they love plastic surgery, but the problem is that because when they are getting plastic surgery, they want the same facial features. So what's happening is they all look the same. Like
Yes.
they all look the same to me. Okay, anyway, so here, okay, I think we've reached the end of our lesson. So here, actually, we didn't. You didn't committed much lot of mistake because you're very careful this time, especially when you were reading. Because before you read, I gave an advice to read very carefully. So what happened is you really did uh, carefully read the passage. So so that's why we only had very few mistakes. Okay. So anyway, these were just the words that you need to practice. So for your pronunciation, you have trilogy, home, landscape. I think these words, especially the trilogy, home, landscape, latest, you just uh, you just forgot the correct pronunciation because the passage was long.
Yes.
Because if you could remember, I let you read it again, and you actually got the you actually know how to say it correctly. It was just the word "seen" that we really practice how to pronounce. It's just the word "seen." The rest, you know how to say it. And for the other words here, I okay. My screen is a little slow. Okay, for here, like this for international, I will not send this to you anymore because we've practiced this. Your pronunciation is correct. Okay, it's just the intonation. But anyway, we've practiced this. We've done practicing this, so uh, I don't think there's a need to send this back to you. Okay. So just okay, just uh, be cautious with your intonation as well. Okay, because we've practiced your ending sounds, like especially here. This is really long, so I'm really happy that you committed very few mistakes, despite of the fact that you were reading a quite long passage. Okay, yeah, good job because previously your common mistakes was with your S sounds, ending sounds. Like sometimes use you read it used. I used you read it like used, just the infinite form of the word used. But this time, like I said, you were very careful. So congratulations, you did a very well job. I think that was just your mistake. For your grammar, you were really careful when you're speaking. And like what I've been saying always, when you're thinking, you're thinking whenever you speak. So sometimes when you commit mistake, of course you do, but then you pause and then you evaluate what you just said and then you rephrase your sentence. Okay, so that's really good. It's really good. So I think we just need to keep doing a lot of free talk so that you get accustomed. You get accustomed to speaking fluently without giving a little pause and then thinking, oh, what's the rule again? What's the grammar rule again? Okay, so the solution with that is just we need to keep talking
yes,
until you get accustomed or until you become used to it. Because if you do you have other friends who speak in English?
yes, I do have.
Okay. So that's also one way of practicing your skills. Talk to them as much
Yes,
as you can. So like if you have a Vietnamese friend who is also learning English, like, you can you can practice together. It was just small conversation because the more you use the language, the more you become comfortable speaking it.
yes,
And you're actually lucky because you have other friends who speak English. And like with my, I have few students who the only chance that they get engaged with English conversation is when we do our lesson. But outside our lesson, they can't practice with other people because their friends doesn't speak English.
yes,
Okay. So this is really a good chance that you have other friends who can speak with you. Yeah.
yes.
Do your
Uh,
husband speak in English?
my husband very lazy, so he don't learn English. I am trying to practice with my friends in the hospital one or two one twice a week.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Because aside from practicing your grammar, that's also a way to practice your confidence.
Yes,
Because this one-on-one conversation is different when you're outside, like when you're in a restaurant.
yes,
Sometimes you get very conscious with your grammar, with how you speak, and then you end up mumbling. Okay. So when you do that, especially when you add more people, just add more people. Right now there's two of you. Maybe next week or next month there will be three of you, four of you. So just practice that. Anyway, I think that would be all for tonight. And for your vocabulary, of course, we didn't tackle much about vocabulary because you did advance study with the words that new to you. Okay, because when I asked you, you said, "Oh no, like you've already dig up the meaning." So, okay, that's also a relief. It means that that's one of the reason why our lesson ended up very fast. Okay, so anyway, we're done here, and on Monday we will have a test. Yes, you'll have a test, like it's like a review. Just easy. Don't worry. It's just an easy test. So we will have like a review next week. Okay. So I hope to see you next week, and I really hope that next week your schedule is fine. Like I hope you're not too busy because I think Vietnam is very busy right now with your weather, with the number of tourists. So because like I have a student who works in tourism office. She was really busy, and some of my students also get sick a lot because of the weather, because of the autumn weather. So they get sick a lot. So okay, so that's it. I hope that we can meet on Monday for our test. Okay, so don't worry, the test will be very easy for you. I'm confident that that you can handle it gracefully. Okay. So anyway, I think it's time to end our lesson. Okay. Yeah. I won't give you homework also because next week, of course, like I said, next week we will have a test. So just to give you a few days to relax. Um, there's no homework for tonight to give you chance to rest. Okay. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for your time, Miss Tan, and I hope to see you on Monday. Okay. So thank you so much. Good night and goodbye.